and sees kind of the potential and works through it. So when I came to the Blackhawks, we actually already had a Twitter feed. It was about 65 people who were following us. All it did was send our RSS feed from ChicagoBlackhawks.com out onto the Twitter world. And as you might imagine, that's not really an entertaining thing for most people to read. So me and Adam Kempinar, who's my boss, and Pat Dahl, who is our producer for new media, also puts together some of the Blackhawks TV features. If you know any of that, kind of got together and sat down and said, well, what can this be? And we took some time and we looked around and saw what some people out there were doing. And the thing that we really realized was Twitter is a personality-driven medium more than anything else. People love hearing news about their favorite team. They love reading about the Blackhawks, but if it's just the Blackhawks, you're not really going to get very far. So, we look to infuse a little bit of personality into it. And, winning, as you alluded to, Scott, is a big part of it. And, we have a lot of fans who love following us. And, it's kind of the ultimate marketing tool is being a successful team. But you have to do something to keep them there. And that's kind of what we feel we get across with at NHL Blackhawks.
Thanks, Brad. Barbara?
Hi. Wow. Well, it's great to see my Chicago Social Media Club friends here, and it's wonderful to say that I'm the founder, but really it's a group that's taken off and just started to be a fantastic place to be for so many people in Chicago. When we got started in October of 2008, we were at a bar that had a capacity of like 88 people, and I think we had 88 people in the bar just with our club, and we didn't know if this was going to be something we were going to pursue or not, but people said, when's the next one? And after about 10 people saying, when's the next one, we said, well, hey, I think we have a club. So anyway, it's been really exciting to see just the level of interest of social media here in Chicago and just all the connections we've been able to make. And Sarah and I were just talking earlier, right before the event started, about our next social media club event, which is June 24th with the British Council, and Sarah helped us put that together. So there's a lot of cross points, and I just think social media is such an exciting, vibrant space to be. Whether you're on Twitter or Facebook, I do a lot of speaking and training about what social media means, and I met Amy Martin at the WIT. I think it was on a foggy night in January, and we just got to be friends, and Sarah was there too. And so, I just think if you're all here to learn about Twitter, from a social media club event, or, ask us. And as far as how I got started personally, just real quickly, I love anything that's new and exciting. I'm always looking for the next best thing. And so I've been on Twitter since 2007, and I had no idea what it was going to be, what a different place it is now. But just thanks to you all for coming, and it's great to be here.
Before you go, Amy, one of the questions that Amy and I talked about, we thought would be an interesting answer to get from you all. How many people, if I could see a show of hands, how many of you use Twitter and social media strictly for personal use, not business use? Raise your hand. Okay. And how many are business related? Okay. There's your answer.
Thank you. That helps us kind of gauge and be able to answer hopefully more information and value. But so I originally got started into social media. I was at a conference listening to a venture capitalist talk about this new platform he just invested in. He was very excited about it. I think it was like the 7th one of the day, and the name of this was called Twitter. And this is about 2 years ago. And so I decided I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to go set up an account and figure this out and just experiment a little bit. But the reason I was so excited about it is because he personally was using Twitter, and his sentiment and just excitement about it from just a personal aspect, non-business, was inspiring. So after experimenting, I went back to working at the Phoenix Suns at the time. I went back and just started listening, really, more than anything. And making friends and socializing and living the brand, kind of like I was already, but doing it digitally. And some opportunities came up to help Shaquille O'Neal with his social presence. So this was like a playground, because Shaquille has zero ability to fake anything. He's entertaining. I mean, the brainstorming was just quite comical at times. Calling up, I would say, I've got this idea. What if we did this? And most people would probably say, you can never do that. Yeah, let's do it. So we invented these things like Twitter tag and random acts of shackness, and it became a great platform to start off on my own. And in doing that, really the thing that drives me about social media in general is just humans connecting with humans. It's really what it's all about, and we've been enjoying it. Most new business for us has come through the medium of a direct message. In fact, Lou here from the White Sox originally reached out over DM, and it's just people can kind of watch and engage and from afar, and it's a great way to get to know, new potential clients or partners, so on and so forth. So that's my quick story.
Thanks, Amy. Sarah?
I think I got involved in social media through instant messaging and text messaging. I was of the generation that's how my friends and I communicated with one another. And I was a communications major in college. I've always been fascinated by communications, and I entered the world of healthcare. Blogs had already been around for a while, and I started to think about how could, they weren't called social media that I knew of when I was using them, but how can some of these tools better connect us with our patients, or better connect the physicians with executive staff? And I sent a proposal 7 years ago called an Emerging Technologies Proposal. That's probably still in my old desk drawer. And they were like, "You're crazy. We're not getting into this." And so I think I was always, I have a lot of nonprofit experience, so I was always a few steps ahead of where everyone wanted to be. And because of that, always being too far ahead, and not ahead because I'm smarter, I just would push too much, I think. So I started doing things on my own. I used to think, well, if I can prove that it works, maybe they'll let me do it at work. And as a result of that, kind of built my own freelancing business, which then outperformed my full-time job. Which I'm now having a lot of fun doing, because this is part of my job, which is pretty awesome. I think that's all. Thanks.
Mr. Tian? Actually, I think before you go, I think Mark was a first this afternoon, became the first professional athlete to actually tweet his X-ray. I'm checking out. Yeah, I'm not sure I completely belong up here, but I started tweeting just because my dog didn't really have a voice. So I started tweeting from my dog's perspective, and really started doing it last summer, and it was just kind of a joke, and then people started catching on that it was my dog, and started following whatever, and now I have a decent following, and obviously I have to be more careful with what I say now. Can't just speak completely from the dog's perspective, but it's been cool, been able to connect with fans. We're able to do a little competition to give away opening day tickets, and through charity stuff, I have another Twitter account for the charity I'm involved with Kansas City, and it's been an avenue to just get the word out and give different sponsors more acknowledgement or whatever, and people see it, they just hashtag their name, obviously they get some credit. I don't know, I end up using it quite a bit. Now I use Twitter to get all my news and stay in touch with people, so that's my background with Twitter. I guess I'd like to hear from the panel and maybe a success story of yours, and a way you measure that success in your world. I don't know, anyone can go first, doesn't matter. Mark's giving up the microphone quickly.
And really quick, should we give our Twitter name just in case?
Yes, you should.
So, Twitter name?
SBESPY_TN.
PR Sarah Evans, Sarah with an H.
Digital royalty, no underscore.
Wired PR Works, WYRED PR Works.
And NHL Blackhawks, just all one word.
And I think everybody should know this by now, but I'm at Inside the Sox, because that's hopefully how you found out about this event. So.